Welcome back to Let's Clone. This should be a pretty easy one, but I always have a way to ruin that. So let's dive into adding a little bit of our HUD, I guess, would be the equivalent for this game. Our time, our score, our lives up on that top section, and then see which of those we have to connect to the rest of the game. Again, should be simple. Fingers crossed. Small face. The only thing I've added is a font, just choosing font impact at size 18, regular, yeah. It's not a good font, but GameMaker doesn't really give good fonts, and I couldn't find something that was as pixelated as I would like, but fuck it, using that one. Most of this part of the code will go into our, where is it? Oh, at the bottom, system. We're going to want a draw GUI, but we're going to want in our create, we have a points system already. We need lives is equal to 3. I hate when they, I don't want to use theirs because it's green. It just fucking looks different. Lives, fucking total. Sure, I don't know. Just don't be green. Then what was the last one? Time. Time is equal to, let's say, 200 multiplied by 60. Are we doing 60 frames or 30 frames? We're going to say that it's running at 60. We're just going to go with that for now. So system. So we'll keep it there. Obviously we could just do the math, but I might have to change this to 30. So we have time, we got lives. So in our draw GUI, this is where we're going to be drawing things. We can draw set font to font impact, or whatever one you've made, or however you named it. Draw set, we'll do color first because it's going to be for the shadow. Draw font, initial setup, draw shadow, not font, draw a text. Let's make this bigger. Oh, you suck. Do this so you guys can see down here when things are spelled correctly. What the fuck am I doing? Draw text. So I think that 13, let me do draw set vertical line center. For now, let's make the horizontal as well. Draw set horizontal. No, you suck. I think we're going to be changing the horizontal one when we get over to drawing the lives, but for now let's go at 16, 16. We'll do 18, 18 because this is going to be the shadow. 18, 18, the string for now. Does the first one say score time? Time plus the string of, what do we have, time? Time divided by 60. Wait. What if I just do this? 200 times frames per second, and then divided by frames per second. Let's see if that plays consistently enough. We need to do the same thing for after we set draw info, I guess, if it's not the shadow. And we want the actual info to be white. We shouldn't be using magic numbers here. We should be using like variables for it, but whatever. And then step, we will say time minus. Alright, so if we're running at 60 frames per second, we have 1800 frames that we are allowed for gameplay, and then when divide by 0. Okay. Well, fuck it. We're going back to this. Alright, so here we have, well, that's working. So let's change our positioning by a lot. Why? Alright, this was fucked. We don't want FA center, we want FA left. I thought this would be 32 is definitely too much. I'll figure out the numbers, I'll get back. So I want 17, 33. Here we'll have 15, 31. And look at that. We got a time. I wish it was a little bit more spaced, but let's add this one more to the right. Come on. I'm okay with it. So we've got time, 190 something seconds left. We don't know what happens when that hits 0 yet. Doesn't matter, but we can make a little placeholder for it. We can do if time is greater than 0, then we'll do this. Else, I think we need here to spawn puns. That's my guess. I gotta look into it. But we got time. Now let's draw the GUI for, so all of them want that. So here we will set up the shadow on the left and do that one. So then here we will do a draw set H align. Have it right. This isn't going to be ideal here, so X, V. Alright, so I'm going to, I don't like any of this. So I do want fucking... Alright, so here we're going to change this up. So this is going to be draw time. Setting up on the left, setting our color black. We are drawing the shadow, we're changing it to white, we are offsetting. We're good there. So now after that, we're going to do draw lives. A score will be in the middle, but we're going to set horizontal line to the right. Draw text. That's not how you spell it all. And so that means we can get rid of comma, comma, but accurate. So we have time. And here we have room width minus, yeah, we're taking a guess. It's not going to be enough. The Y will be 634 for doing the black one first. And then this will just say left, fucking, give it 2 spaces, me as well. And then here we will plus string lives left, no, total. Minus 1. Because we're on the current life. This, we do want our color to be correct. So I want room width minus 15. Oops. And then we want to make a white version that goes 17, 31. Let's see if this works. We got time, we got lives, we'll do 2 spaces. I don't actually lose lives yet, so we gotta do that too. We could probably get rid of this. Oh, let's draw the score. If I can make 3 spaces, I don't know if it actually read those as extra spaces. So in here, draw score, draw set H align to center, draw set color, C black, draw text. So here we want room width divided by 2. We want a minus 1 because we're that, or this is the, oh nope, we want a plus 1. Because this is the shadow, and then the Y would still be what, 17? No, 34. That's wrong, 34. And then this one would just be the string for points. Nice. Get this again, but change here to a white. -1, 31. We should have our points drawn, we should have our time drawn, we should have our lives drawn. Alright, so let's 100 points. Let's go kill O'Neill because we accidentally boosted something up. Nuts. Hey. Where do we go? There we go. Alright, so that's not how you close things. We're good with that, we're good with that. Let's go back and fix what we did before in the last part. So right now the brick is, if it has a door, I'm spawning in O'Neill, and that's incorrect. I would like to spawn my door again. If it has a bonus, spawn bonus again. Blowing those up should, I think we did this correct last time, so we're just a little double check. Blowing up either of those should spawn 8 somethings. Keep forgetting that's not Waza. I keep trying to use my arrows. So we have power up. Shooting it gives us, or it's got to give us 8 something else's, but that's fine. Where is our door? I love being fucking immortal Bomberman. We hit the door, same thing, except for the door doesn't die and the door can't deploy them again. Nice. So now we need the player to die. That's obvious. We're getting points. What I learned from that. System. Persistent. Because when I room start, I don't want to recreate the. Yes, I do. Fuck. I think that's right. Because I need the score to maintain. I need whenever homie dies. Ooh, what? Get out of here. Whenever homie dies, how do I die? Is alive, false. Okay, so yeah. If alive is true, alive is false, that's not going to run again, so we can do everything we need to do here, which would be at the end, system dot fucking lives total minus. In system player, there's brick. Where's system? There we go. So what's up here? So in system, in my step event, if time is greater than 0, other words, we'll spawn all the pawns. That is correct. We'll say if lives total is less than or equal to 0, we're just gonna do a show message. You lose. After that, a game restart, which probably breaks everything because that's what just happens for me. So it should be showing that we have left 2 lives. We'll kill this guy a couple times, see what it does. So let's see, we have 100 points. We die, we have 1 life left. Oh, bitch. If lives total, so we're not doing that. This is why these videos take me so long to record. Okay, so yeah, my player is what's fucking me. More things for animations. If I'm alive, cooling down. If I'm dead. Now what happens at the end? Oh, end of animation. Game restart, there it is. So here, let's just do a room restart then. This is silly. I'm sorry that I taught this game. I didn't plan it out well, and some things are just written really oddly. Okay, so here, we'll get some points. So I have 100 points, I die. We're still at 1. Oh, but I keep dying. That's not good. Okay, so what I want to do here, before we restart, we want to reset the player. So we'll say like is alive is equal to true. Oh shit, what do we do? How did we reset it before? Was it when we touched the door? Yes. Alright, we're going to take this. Don't know if we need all of it, but we know it works. So here, lives equals 0. So we have the player, when he dies, then here we will set. We'll do that. Okay. Killing his speed, setting him back to his starting position, giving his target to himself, and then restarting the room. Number 1B. Yeah. And then 300 points, we still have that. So we got more points. We got 0 now. Oh, it's getting dangerous. The time should reset, shouldn't it? You lose. The game over's not gonna work, that's fine. Okay. Oh, that was silly. That should have worked, but I'll accept it for now. So we have step. You lose. Oh, I got rid of the game restart. That'll do it. Now, when the room restarts, I just hit myself in the chin. That's as a result of the player taking a tank. The room is restarting, but we do actually want system dot time will be equal to. Do we stick with the 200 times 60? I think. No. 200 times 60. I'm sticking to that. Alright. So that should be fine. Let's see if that still works. So we're gonna borrow this thing that we did here. That young door. We're gonna add that in there too. So now we set ourselves back to 0, tell ourselves not to move, set our targets to ourselves, and then set the time for the new stage. So now, when we get to this step event, we run out of time. We're going to spawn pawns. So we're going to say 4. How many happens at the end of 20 seconds? We spawn 10. So I is equal to 0. I is less than 10. I plus plus. So now, we need to make 10 of them, and we need to make sure that they all spawn. So I'm going to give myself a variable did spawn is equal to false. Then we will do our young do while here. So do this while did spawn didn't happen. So that means if we can spawn, we will. So here, variable xx is equal to an irandom of width. I am in my system event. Good. So we're getting a random x. Variable yy is equal to an irandom of height. Now I think we have the wall as the parent, so we can check for that. So we can say if there's no place meeting at width multiplied by 16, height multiplied by 16 plus, was it y offset? Yes. Object wall, because that is the daddy. Right, object wall, parent to bricks and bombs, and that'll call for itself as a wall as well. So if we are not touching anything there, then we can say instance, yeah, create depth. This is here still. Yeah, we don't need to multiply by the I because that's just how many of them we're doing. I don't care if they spawn in the same spot. And then we will say object no. Object pawn. So we get 10 of them to spawn at timeout. Until. Fuck. Banging. Why did I do that? Hope y'all caught that. I was just checking the end of the fucking, like the last cell. Alright, so we have a width and a height for how big our grid is, and we have a Y offset for... Yeah, because if I use grid position, then it's not going to be alright. So we're going to check these spots. If there is not a wall there, we're going to call this guy, get rid of that. Bang. I hope that worked. Wait. Depth. Fuck you, depth. Alright. Give that a run. Never mind. There we go. 20 seconds. Could have fucking done 2 seconds. So there's a chance that it will just spawn a fucking plumbus right on top of us. Holy shit. Okay. Well. Oh yeah, so here. That was funny. So while time is greater than 0, it minus minuses, and then here I want it to still be 0, but I need to tell this to not happen. Actually, we're just gonna set time down. This is cheeky. We're gonna do, if it's equal to 0, we're gonna get rid of the else. We're gonna see how this works. So time is gonna go down when it's 0. We're gonna pop all this, but it's gonna keep going down into the negatives. But here, when we draw our time, we will say we want the maximum between 0 and time. That way time will eventually be negative, but we're not going to be printing that here. Because when it's negative, the maximum between 0 and a negative will be 0. Bang it. So now, hold on, we're going to stop again because I don't feel like waiting as long. We will take 5 seconds to spawn as many plumbuses as we can. Show me the money. 2, 1, 0. That doesn't go negative. We now have... Well, they all seem to have come out of blocks, which is opposite of what we were really hoping. You know what? That can be a problem for later. For some reason, I'm just checking in a space that isn't exactly where I want to check, so I'll deal with that and we'll clean it up in another part. Cool, so here's what we have. We have a game that has a timer, counts down, eventually spawns our pontons. We have, oh, I killed myself. We have a score for killing our boys. We have our ability to expand our bombs. We'll just kind of carve us out a little path. What is left for us to do? So player needs to die for reasons other than... Can he die at all? Other than the mouse touching him. So we gotta kill him from the bomb blast. We gotta kill him from touching enemies. We have the pawn spawning, a little bit of a bug on that, but we'll fix that. We have these should be O'Neill's if I blow that up correct. It's not yet. We'll figure it. Well, let me just see. Edward Door spawns 8 monsters. Level 1 spawns O'Neill, so we can actually change that really quick. We did that with our door object on a collision with the blast. We only had the enemy at the time. So here, O'Neill. And then if we do the same thing on our bonus, when our bonus comes in contact with the blast, O'Neill. And this is another example where if you find yourself writing a lot of code that's just being reused in other places, then you're probably doing it wrong. You could use it by consolidating, either inheriting some properties or writing a script. Just in case I was in the way because I did big face shit again. I cleaned up a little bit. We just cleaned up the player, made it so his death is now triggered from the blast instead of the mouse. Did the same thing for the brick and all the enemies. Just took away the ability for the mouse to kill them. The brick, I commented out the highlighting so we don't have that little cheat anymore. So yeah, player dies from blast, enemies and bricks and player don't die from this guy. The door opens up, all that shit happens. We're pretty fucking close. I think we'll have like one more part just to polish some things up. Maybe add that bonus, or there's 2 different bonus scores. Might throw those in there. Find out later. But this is a big face Steven saying goodbye. You can see me next time.